Okay, so I want to do a quick little review about tablets for the Phantom drone. So here you have your typical remote control, and with the standard tablet mount, which I find is really annoying that it's always loose. I've always had to tighten this little screw and it never stays tight, and so the tablet is always loose. I know there are brackets available for this. I'm gonna have to get one of those because it's always getting loose. So anyway, first tablet up is got this Samsung Galaxy Tab 8-inch here. This is really nice and light. It's a really thin tablet. The screen is really nice and bright. You can see here is the SMT700. And it fits very nicely on the remote. Daylight viewing is great. Screen brightness and colors are fantastic, and the thing feels very nice and light on the remote control. For the size of screen, the resolution, it's, I think, an excellent tablet for the remote. The issue I've been having is that it actually has a video lag. When you actually are flying the drone, there's a definite stuttering and lagging in the video stream from the drone. Now, I thought that was actually from the video feed from the drone to the remote. And I did some research online and I found that actually it's the tablet GPU processor. Now, I thought this was actually a fairly powerful tablet. So I went ahead and I actually went and bought myself a different tablet just to find out. And I got the Nvidia Shield tablet. Now, I got the original one. It's also 8-inch tablet. It's actually feels, I'd say, maybe 20-30% heavier, and it's 20 or 30% thicker. So it's definitely more substantial. Same screen size. It's also full HD. But you can definitely notice more weight on the remote when you're flying. Now, if you have a lanyard and stuff, maybe it's not a big deal, but I found almost exactly the same screen size. It also has a beautiful screen. I'd say not as bright, the colors are not as saturated, but it's still a very beautiful screen. The reason I bought this one was because I wanted the HDMI output. Now, I guess a lot of other people probably want HDMI out too, because these things are very, very difficult to get a hold of. Just so people know, I bought the original one online on eBay. Received it, tried it. After a few weeks, it didn't load anymore, it didn't start up. So I did some research. I found out that on the original Nvidia Shield tablets, the batteries were defective, and everybody who had a defective battery was issued a replacement Shield tablet, and they were not asked to submit their old tablets back again. And so what's happened is there's 8,000 tablets across North America that have been recalled but have not been sent back to Nvidia. People have received a new one, and so they're now selling them on the market, on eBay and everywhere else. And they're not telling people that the battery is defective. It's actually a fire hazard, which is why they're recalled. I happen to have one. Mine died. I tried contacting the person I bought it from. Of course, all their email addresses and phone numbers were no longer active. So I got scammed. I'm out a couple $100. I went back and found another one. I spent another couple $100. This is the new K1 version. Same tablet, same processor. It doesn't have the stylus built in. But if you want, just so people know, this is the original one, which I've taken apart and tried to fix the battery. You can go online to iFixit, tells you how to replace the battery. Now, what they don't tell you on iFixit is that there's actually 4 wires here, 2 for power and 2 for control. Now, there's an override control and a chip in here as part of the battery. The other thing they don't tell you is that you can't get these batteries. There's a couple alternatives you can buy that have the same capacity that will probably fit in here, but they're from AliExpress or Alibaba, and I don't have an account with them. I'm not comfortable creating an account just to buy one of these batteries for almost the same price as a whole new tablet used. So this is for parts, unfortunately, just because the battery doesn't work, and I went and bought a brand new one. And it's unfortunate that thousands of people are selling these online and not warning people, just so that you know the difference. This battery starts with a Y01. So anything with a Y01 is going to be the one that's recalled, it's defective. The B01s are the new ones. So if you're thinking about buying an Nvidia Shield tablet, make sure you check that it's the B series battery, or you will get scammed. So now, another thing, before I bought the new Nvidia Shield tablet, I was looking for another tablet with HDMI, and I actually came across this one. This is the Teclast X98 Pro. Fairly new tablet, has very high specs and everything. It has a 9.7 inch, like 2K screen, IPS. So it's also a beautiful tablet, also heavier, a little bit bigger. Chinese brand, of course. Now if you extend this all the way up right here, you'll notice that it's gonna just barely fit in here, just like that. Now I'm gonna go to Android. It has Windows and Android dual boot. So go into Android, of course, and then it barely fits on here. You click it once and it's tight, and it's white, of course, like an iPad or whatever. It's the but I found, I mean, look at this. It's just really heavy compared to the remote. You're going to definitely want a lanyard with this thing, and probably a stabilizer. It's you can see that thing's wobbling. Yeah, it's probably not good. So if you want a really big screen like this, it's available, has HDMI. Now, I also found out after I got this on eBay, I confirmed ahead of time the HDMI out works. Got it, tried it, plugged it in, HDMI. I've bought 4 different cables for it, different connectors, tried it on different devices. HDMI does not work on this device, at least on this one. I'm sure it does on other ones, but mine that I got used, again, HDMI doesn't work. So I'm selling this one. It's got beautiful screen. Yeah, it's really too bad. Gonna take a bit of a loss on this one again. So anyway, it has Windows and stuff. It's not a bad tablet. Now, the point, I'm looking at these different tablets. I mean, this is obviously the one that everybody wants, the Shield tablet, which is hard to find, and I've contacted Nvidia. They don't know when they're going to get more in. I'm just gonna... Now this of course is the reason for the HDMI plug. Right here you got a set of goggles. Now these are the Eachine, I don't know how to say that, Goggles 1. Just came out, they're full HD, very nice and light, and you can see right here they have a mini HDMI in. I wasn't able to find out what size that was online, but just so you know, it's mini. And it happens that the Nvidia Shield tablet also has a mini HDMI out. So now that I have a tablet which is powerful enough to process video and put out HDMI, and I have a pair of goggles that are full HD with an HDMI in, from the tablet to the goggles I've got 0 lag with full HD video streaming. Now of course you're going to say that the drone only puts out 720p anyway, so there's no point having anything higher, but I kind of disagree, because you have status bars above and below your video, and so having full HD means you can still have your 720p video in the middle without it being reduced, and still have your status bars and all your information on your tablet screen, which is, for me, you're not having any loss in information, which is what I was looking for. Now, the other thing you'll notice is that, plug this in here. I hate this little thing. I wish somebody would develop a support for a tablet that was stable. So you have full HD. Now, some people, you'll see the option is to actually get the module here, which has the HDMI out, which also costs a lot of money. I think it's over $100. Now this thing alone was over $100. I mean, just over $100. So this is a nice goggle. And instead of getting this module, which has the HDMI out, I actually got a tablet, which has the HDMI out. The difference is the HDMI out from the controller does not have all your stats that you would have on your app. So your altitude and direction and maps and all that kind of stuff that you see on your tablet, you will not see on your goggles if you connect your goggles to the HDMI port on the controller. So I wanted to actually see all the information that you would see on your tablet in your goggles. So that's why the tablet with the HDMI out mirrors this screen exactly on the goggles. So anyway, I'm just gonna grab a quick cable here. I'm gonna plug this in. I have not had a chance to get a cable with a 90-degree yet, which would be very handy. I'm going to power that on. It's got a little battery pack on the back here. Okay, select mode. Mirror mode. Okay, now we're going to... Okay, so now I don't actually have my DJI Go app loaded on here yet. So I'm just going to show you the screen here. I know it's kind of probably hard to see. So 1 second. So if you can see here, let's try and tilt this up a little bit. You can actually get a really nice screen, and they're identical. There's no cropping inside the goggles at all. And the lag, if you want to set a timer on this video, you can easily check the lag between the two. There's like no lag. So yeah, I haven't set up this tablet yet, so there you go. Continue. Couldn't sign in. Okay, I'm gonna go home. Here we go. Anyway, I hope people find this this video helpful. I was flying a drone, and originally I was using the Samsung Galaxy Tab. I actually bought the glasses, and I tried connecting the Galaxy Tab over Wi-Fi, and I found all kinds of apps where I could broadcast my screen over Wi-Fi to the glasses, and that just bogged the tablet down even more. And there's a significant delay of the video processing from the controller, and then there's even more delay from the Wi-Fi video to the glasses. So it was really bad delay. So as much as I love this little Samsung Galaxy Tab, I mean, it's such a nice bright screen. It's so nice and light and thin. It just, the processing power, the GPU or whatever it is, just doesn't keep up. So it's really unfortunate. I still keep this one in my bag though, in case anything happens to one of these, as my backup. This one actually has a cracked screen, which is, you can't tell, but there's actually a crack through the screen. I got it for $100. Normally retails around $400. So, but when you look straight on, you can't even see the crack. The reason why it's so cheap is because this tablet, the replacement glass is laminated. Well, the glass is laminated to the screen, so in order to replace the glass, you have to replace the screen as well, which is over $200. And in order to separate the glass from the screen, you have to get like a fishing wire and actually pull it through here very carefully. And everybody I went to that would repair